We are. Hello, everyone.
Hey, thank you for joining us today for SmartVx Moments That Matters. My name is Kathy DeGlendon, Marketing Specialist for NorthStar. Before we begin, a bit of housekeeping. All mics are on mute, and we have a question and answer session at the end of the webinar. But if anytime you have any questions during the presentation, type them in the chat and we'll answer them as we go. We will be presenting an interactive question and answer session, and you will need a mobile device to take a picture of the QR code on the screen. The QR code is available now, and we will show it again on slide 3. Next slide, please. Today's panelists are Jared Brandon, Director of Innovation for Harris, and Ram Siva, Product Specialist with NorthStar. They will show you the all-new SmartVx and how it makes moments that matters for your customers. Now we'll turn the presentation over to Jared and Ram.
Great, thanks, Kathy. So yeah, if you scan this QR code or go to slido.com, you can enter in this the attendee number that you see right there and interact with us through the presentation. So I'll give you just a minute to do that. Let's see folks jump into the Slido room. It'll make it a little bit more fun and entertaining for everyone. Again, if you haven't already done that, just scan that QR code, go to slido.com, enter in that number there, and that'll bring you into the Slido room so you can interact with us through the presentation. All right, here we go. So, question for everybody that's joined so far. Big picture, what are some of your organization's top priorities, projects right now? This could be this year, or the next 5 years, 10-year plan. Got some folks typing, a couple people typing, right on. Green button, okay, we've got some folks from Ontario in the room. Reliability, communication with customers, implementing a new portal, right on. Moving to the cloud. A couple more folks typing here. Mobile workforce management, right on. That's great. Any other hot topics around your organizations? Decreasing office foot traffic. So it looks like the big one out there is customer communication. Probably why you're here today. So that's great. Thank you everybody for your feedback on that. So yeah, what we found working with thousands, literally thousands of other utilities, municipalities across North America, is that these projects centered around the relationships with and the needs of customers or constituents are among the top priorities, right? So this could be how and what gets communicated, ways to support them better, and really just how to improve daily operations and foster a little bit more of a positive, trustworthy relationship through the process. And there's lots of ways to do that every day, right? So as you know, keeping customers informed about your projects and priorities, it's an ongoing effort. And we know that everybody learns differently, right? They understand these concepts a little bit differently, and some methods of communication are more effective than others for different people. You know, take budget billing, for example, or really any optional service, program, campaign, or incentive that you offer. Sometimes these concepts are not really intuitive to an everyday person, right, who doesn't work in the utility industry, living, breathing this every day, or folks that just have challenges, right, grasping new concepts. So customers are typically made aware of these things through conventional print and mail. Sometimes they're going to be on your website, in the portal, on social media, or you might even find about it through the news. So did you know that about 20% of adults in North America are classified as illiterate, and half of adults read at a 6th grade level? Not to mention, for a third of our population, English isn't their first language. So even after reading about these things and these programs and incentives, if they do, customers, they may still not know if it's applicable to them, what their average bill would be, and they may still end up having to call in or walk in to the utility for more information. I'll turn it over to you. So what are some of the most common reasons that your customers walk in or call into your organization?
And Jared, we have a few customers who might not know that if they scan that QR code that they can participate in. They came in afterwards, so.
Okay, right on. Thanks, Kathy. Yeah, so scan that QR code, go to slido.com, enter in that number 6101188, and that'll get you in the room here. Making payments, when there's their due date, billing questions, lost payment, what's my balance, wait times. Looks like the big one is to pay their bills. Some folks looking for a balance, get a copy of their bill. Yep. A couple more folks typing there. Signing up for new service. Yeah. Looking for a little bit more granular explanation of their fees. It's just their monthly routine to check in on you, see how you're doing. Do a disconnect or social visit, right on. Looks like the top one there is to pay their bill. So that's great feedback, everybody. Thank you. So retail trends have they've forever changed how organizations are expected to interact with customers. 97% of North Americans own a mobile phone. Half of them check it, more than 3 times an hour, and that's staggeringly higher among millennials and Gen Zs. So today's average attention span is about 8 seconds, half of what it was 10 years ago. So we're all challenged to engage customers and convey sometimes complex concepts and ideas really in a highlight reel. So to deliver moments that matter and get results, the way that we communicate is what matters most. A video is worth 1.8 million words, and for most, it's much more likely to be watched and actually retained than simple text. So SmartVx, the video experience platform that's enabling organizations to more effectively engage their customers and really drive desired behaviors by delivering these personalized videos with embedded calls to action. And these kinds of videos, they're proven to reduce those call-ins, walk-ins, around paying their bills and among those other things, provide just a better, more modern customer service experience. And ultimately, we want to boost the adoption and enrollment in your programs, campaigns, incentives, and that. So to give you kind of an idea of the potential of personalized video, imagine you're a customer and the utility providing your service just issued your bill, okay? You have an email and a mobile phone on file, but you still receive paper bills, and you haven't got around to registering for the portal, taking advantage of some of the other things that you're eligible for.
Hey Mary, we've made this video just for you. Here are the charges from your most recent invoice as well as your due date. You recently had a change to your water service, so we wanted to explain why your charges this month may be different than usual. Your meter was replaced on this date. To make things clearer, let's walk you through the change from this billing cycle. These are the days before your meter was exchanged, and these are the days after the change. As a result, you'll see 2 charges on your bill, a partial charge for the period before the meter exchange, and a second charge after the change. Did you know about our web portal? You can manage your account right from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Plus, you can view and pay bills, review your consumption, and much, much more. And with online payments, you can schedule payments when it's convenient for you. You can save even more time by signing up for AutoPay. AutoPay allows you to automatically pay your bills without having to call or go online. You will be alerted by email each time you receive your payment. We also noticed that you haven't signed up for paperless billing, which is a more convenient way to view your bills and a great way to protect the environment. We'll send you an email every month when your bill is ready. And sign up for budget billing to spread your costs evenly over the entire year. You will pay the same amount each month with no surprises. Based on your bills over the last 12 months, this is the average amount you would owe. Thanks again for being our customer. To recap, this is your total amount due and your due date. To view and pay your bill or to register for our web portal services, simply click the buttons on your screen.
So how does it work? How do personalized videos from SmartVx work? Each scene is only presented to the customer if it's relevant to them. And we know this because this information is stored in your CIS. So if the customer is already registered for auto pay and paperless billing, we don't need to bring it up. And SmartVx composes their video and communicates only what's needed. So question for you, how often does your organization send outbound communications to each customer? I know that's a pretty general question. Any medium, so this could be bill, print, and mail, direct phone outreach, texting. Some responses coming in, okay.
And Jared, while we're going through the poll, some people had some trouble with the video, but everyone is going to receive a copy of a video that's personalized for them, so you will be able to see it, even though you may not have been able to just see the one that we presented.
Oh, okay. Sorry to hear that. Right on. Okay, we've got top of the list here. Once or a few times a month is kind of the general consensus. So over the course of a year, right, that adds up. So imagine you're a new customer, right? They just registered for service in February. You receive a welcome video introducing you to the utility, informing you of the resources available, how to access and use them, and what programs, incentives you're eligible for. Then every month, you receive a video with a summary of your bill, an explanation of any changes, and reminders about what you're still eligible for. Then before the summer, you might get information regarding conservation. Then in June, the customer calls in, talks to customer service, who can manually send them their video with their personalized calls to action. In the fall, you apply a rate change. And so the customer is informed of the change and how it might impact their future bills. Before the winter, they receive information, reminders about storm preparedness and winterization. And then at the end of the year, maybe a summary of their usage and fees by month, along with some tips and tricks, right, on the utility service efficiencies and conservation efforts. So, it's kind of an annual communication strategy. And with all this, we want to be sensitive not to overwhelm customers, right, with too much information, but use video as a way to augment your current strategy. And these videos, they can piggyback on correspondence that's already going out from bill, print, and payment processing vendors. So like I mentioned, videos, these can be sent out in the moment when you're talking to a customer. They can be sent in batch, scheduled to go out to groups of customers at specific times. They can be embedded right within your portal. So when the customer logs in, they see their video. Or it can launch the video when they scan the QR code on their bill. So the reason that SmartVx is really easy to set up and sort of actually affordable to use is because it's built from the ground up using a modern tech stack. And it really has an intuitive user interface, so it makes it easy to use. So here, we're going to show you behind the scenes of the SmartVx Studio. Over to you, Ram.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jared. Just shared my screen with you all. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see it.
Awesome. So what I've actually done is, I know some of you did have some trouble viewing the clip that Jared had. So what I've actually done is I have sent those of you that did register by around noon EST, I've sent you your own personalized clip to your inbox that should be appearing through the cold, through the freezing rain that we've been getting out east here. So it should be arriving in your inbox any second now. The platform, it is really designed to make creating videos, editing videos, resending clips really easy for all of the users that log in. So what you'll actually end up seeing is when you go into the templates, I'm actually logged in as myself. When you log into the dashboard, you will see a number of different templates that you have access to that you can actually look at, you can copy. Once you've copied it, you can rename it to anything of your choice. You can add, remove items on an as needed basis. So just to kind of show you what are some of the elements, what are some of the features that are made available to you when you do log in as an administrator, that you do have editing privileges. You can actually click on the edit option here, edit object. And once you've logged in, editing the template, you will see a number of tabs along the top here showing you what can you actually modify within that footage, within what you're about to send to your customer base, or within what you're about to embed within Silverblaze, within Customer Connect 6, so that you can truly configure what your customers see at the end of the day. On here, you will see a number of different scenes. So everything that you saw within that clip and everything that you're about to see when you do click on the play button in the email that I've sent to you, they're broken out into different scenes. So as a utility, you can pick and choose what is it that you're trying to convey out to your customer base. Is it notification on online payments? Are you trying to promote the whole notion of online payments? We did see that a number of your customers, or majority of your customers, are walking in through the front door to pay your bills. So let's actually get the word out that there's something for online payments. Advertise your online portal. Or are you guys receiving a lot of questions about proration and budget billing? Because it's really hard to explain on a printed piece of paper, on your printed bill. So let's actually create some footage that shows customers what budget billing is all about. So you can slice and dice, picking and choosing any combination of the quote unquote scenes that we've created for you, or that you can actually help us create in the future to create as part of that template. In addition to the templates, in addition to the scenes that you create, on the bottom of the screen, you'll notice what we call to action. So right within the clip, right within the footage that you're about to see, that you've received, you will see there are a number of different hyperlinks or different options that you can click on, your customers can click on directly from that clip that we've sent you. So customers are able to enroll in paperless billing. So there's no need for them to kind of stop the footage, copy down the URL, come back to the browser and put in the URL. We've included this, we've embedded this right within the footage and allowing them to see the importance of clicking on there. It's almost like a one-stop shop where they click on that link, they're able to launch enrollment into paperless billing. Or are you looking to redirect them to your main or corporate website, registering for an online account through Silverblaze, or are they looking to view the bill using another third-party vendor, another source? So these are what we call to action that we can actually embed right within the footage that is sent out. Not only are we including English as the default language, there are different languages that we do offer out of the box that you can actually pick and choose from, again, based on your service territory, based on what is it that your customers are looking to view and receive. And here, as part of the footage, you can pick and choose different languages. I know there are utilities out there that would like other languages, again, we can work with you in creating these dialects and making them available for you so that you can pick and choose the different variations, different languages that are sent out to your customer base. On the top here, there are a number of different tabs that you can actually pick and choose from to configure what is it that's actually being sent out. Under the data section, this is what NorthStar is actually passing real time back to the dashboard, back to the clip. So anytime a clip is actually sent out to your customers, the footage is tapping into NorthStar real time or through a flat file exchange, and it's pre-populating all of this information. So there's really no magic that's happening behind the scenes. It's actually merging all of this data in real time and sending this off to each and every customer. So you'll notice that it actually has the logos, all of the dates that it's contained within NorthStar. It kind of includes that and it fires that off to the customer. So when they do click on it, it's tied to that customer, that particular account holder. We talk about color schemes, making it really pertain to the utility. You'll notice there are a number of different color schemes, different options that you can pick and choose from. There are different variations. So what we have utilities do, they'll actually pick and choose from their logo, their city colors, and really making that footage, making what they send out to the customers really contain the color schemes, whether it be 3, 4, 5 different color schemes. You can actually pick and choose and embed any number of color schemes into that footage so that customers truly know that it's coming from you. It is a legitimate video that's actually being sent out and it is coming from the utility. Kathy, was there a question? I'm sorry, just saw it pop up here.
Yes, Ram, someone is asking how many active templates are available. And that was Melanie. She was asking that question.
Is that something you could chime in on there, Jared?
Yeah, sure. I can speak to that. So we have half a dozen video packages. The most popular ones are the welcome package, the billing and payments package, a portal introduction that kind of explains how to use your portal. The other ones, so those 3 are ready to go. The other ones that we're drafting up with a few of our early adopter customers are the ones around the spring conservation, that fall winterization, and that end of year kind of home energy report. So if you're interested in providing feedback to the development of those 3, please reach out to us after here, and love to include you in that.
Great question there, Melanie. Anything else there, Kathy, that you're seeing pop up?
That's it for right now, Ram.
Okay, hearing none. Just a few more times here, guys. Again, some of the music that you did hear as Jared was playing that clip, and I'll actually play one for you very shortly here. All the background music. If there's a certain type that you know that your service territory, your customers are more prone to, they can relate to, you can actually pick and choose from a number of predefined music, a number of different footage that's embedded within that footage, within the clip that we actually send out to your customers. Again, you have a number of different options to truly configure what is it that you are looking to send out to your customer base. So all these come out of the box for you to kind of pick and choose from and truly make sure that you're happy with the product, with the final clip that is created by the utility and the one that you actually ship out to your customer base. So just gonna get out of this one here real quick. So once all the footage, all the templates have been sent off here, we have a track record of every single footage that was ever sent out. Under the history tab here, you can actually click on the customer dashboard. And if the customer calls back and they have additional questions, or they're looking to get some further clarification, or they just want you to send another footage of it, or they say, you know what, that's just way too long. I just want something that truly hones in on budget billing. You'll notice on here, this footage was created for that one particular customer. You can pick and choose what is it that you're looking to send out. Is it the paperless billing? Is it self-service portal? Once you have kind of minimized the options and the scenes within that footage, you can click on share link, and now you can copy the link to paste into the chat window that you have with the customer. You could email them directly from the dashboard, or you can actually get their phone number and it will send an email or text message out to that customer with the link back to that footage. So you have a lot of flexibility in how you convey that footage back to the customers directly from the dashboard. But we've heard it from every utility. You send out something, customers call back and they say, you know what, I still don't get it, right? But have they really looked at it? Have they clicked on the link? Have they seen the entire footage that you sent out to them? The dashboard tracks the entire history of that clip. We notice when it was sent out, did they view it? How many seconds did they view the footage on? Where did they view that from? Is it a laptop? Is it a phone? Is it something else? Is it a tablet? So we're documenting every aspect of how that clip was viewed, where it was accessed, and how long it was accessed. So it gives the user the ability to go in and say, you know what, we really recommend you watching it till the very end, because it does contain a lot more information than what I can provide you over the phone with. So it really gives you that flexibility to go back and look at all that data. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to you there, Jared.
Great. Thank you for that, Ram.
As Jared's bringing that up, can I just get a yay and nay from some of you guys confirming that you did receive the emails that were sent out from Dashboard? So those of you that did register before noon. Okay, Melanie, thanks so much. Oh, thanks so much, Sherry. Okay, that's great.
You can see my screen okay?
We can.
All right. Thanks for the demo, Ram. So to that question that popped up there, we do offer these industry-specific video templates and the media content that Ram showed there, so you don't have to start from scratch. We do support custom video creation, so happy to dig into that for you as well. But we do support that variety of distribution methods that we talked about, and those languages, accessibility options for audible narration in that Midwestern or Southern accent. We have the closed captions in different languages, and also text transcripts if folks want to just read the text. Those calls to action, they take customers where they need to go, right? Be it your portal, a website, even a third party. So the whole time, you'll have visibility into your video campaign performance through some of those analytics that Ram was showing. The real intention of SmartVx here is to save time for your customer service reps so they can focus on other projects, priorities, right? We want to maximize the participation in and the benefits of the program and incentives that you offer. And we want to support revenue collection efforts, those commonly asked questions, like how to pay my bill. We want to foster timely, transparent communication with the public and basically, meet or exceed the expectations of today's customers and staff. So here's a good time to kind of open it up for questions. We had a few come through during the presentation, but happy to answer any of your questions that you have now. Kathy, are those going through to the chat there?
Yes. Questions will be going through the chat. Everybody's mic is on mute. So if you'd like to ask a question, you can go ahead and ask it in the chat. And then I'll call it out to the guys so they can answer. So I'm seeing one that says, how does SmartVx integrate with NorthStar?
Ram, did you want to take that one, sir?
Absolutely. So out of the gates, we are actually relying on flat files, exchange of flat files to receive the information from NorthStar into SmartVx and really pre-populating some of those fields that we kind of looked at as we were going through those tabs and making sure those fields are populated and sent out with the data. But our intent is to really rely on the REST API. If the utility does have the REST API, really rely on the REST API so that as customers log into the portal, as the footage is being sent out to your customers, tapping into the REST API to get the most recent, mostly updated account information, and then using that to send out the footage. So again, we have two options. One is the flat file or the REST API is how we obtain the data out of the NorthStar CIS system.
Okay, and our next question is from Cherie. She's asking, will SmartVx notate customers' account in NorthStar?
So yes, anytime a notification is actually sent out, we will create a log call. It's almost like customers that are currently, or utilities that are on Customer Connect 6 or Silver Blaze, when a notification is sent out, an e-billing notification, we actually note the account with an EB note, letting you know that the e-billing has been sent out successfully or not. Very similar to that, we will actually log an event or a call on the account, letting you know whether it was successfully sent out or not. Just so that CSRs do not have to go back and forth between the dashboard and NorthStar to determine if it did go out, when did it go out. So it's easy for them to get that data out of NorthStar.
Okay, perfect. And also Melanie has said that, Ram, you said you would work with customers with other languages. Would Spanish be something that we would need to be developed?
Believe it or not, Melanie, Spanish is one of our default languages that we do offer. I know there's a big demand for Spanish, and that is definitely one of the languages that come out of the box with the SmartVx.
And Sherry gave you a big thumbs up for your answer, and Melanie said, nice. So Nayeli is asking, do we manually change the language for each individual resident, or will they have to change it on their end?
So along the bottom of the footage, there is the option. I'm actually going to see if I could share my screen again with you guys. So let me just share my screen again. Again, footage is worth 1,000 words here, guys. So let me just go back here, or a lot more, as Jared said.
Yeah, 1.8 million.
Let me know if you guys can see it here.
We can see it, yep.
Perfect. So you'll notice along the bottom here, Melanie, there is the language option, the toggle option. What we have done is, if within the browser that the customer is looking or viewing the footage on, if they have set the language to anything other than English, and we have that language included as part of the footage, we automatically default to that language. Otherwise, we pick up English, and I'm just going to play this here.
We've made
As
this
it's
video
playing,
just for
you
you.
could actually
Here are the charges from your
toggle
most
to any other language.
Dura más reciente, así como su fecha de vencimiento.
You'll notice you can actually pick and choose from any number of different languages that come out of the box, and it
Vous avez
literally picks up
récemment eu un changement de votre
where we
service
left
d'eau.
off.
Nous voulions donc
So there's really
expliquer
no
pourquoi
need
vos
for you
frais
to
pour ce mois peuvent
go
être
back and
différents de
restart
la
again.
normale.
You could toggle between any number of different languages.
Votre compteur
that
a
come out of
été
the
rempli.
box here. I'm not too sure if you have anyone
Op deze
from the
datum is
Netherlands,
uw meter vervangen.
but again, just to kind of show you the variation and the
चीजों
flexibility
को
of
स्पष्ट करने के
the
लिए
footage here.
आइए आपको इस बिलिंग चक्र में हुए बदलाव के बारे में बताते
The
But
closed
to-
captions,
I'm sorry.
the closed captions and subtitles will also change for you there too.
That's it. That's exactly what I was going to get into. So you'll notice the EN is for the language that allows you to know what language it's actually defaulting to and what language it's playing. Right along the bottom here, the closed captions. I'm just going to press the play button here.
As a result,
you could
you'll see
actually
two charges
on it,
on your bill.
and you will
A
see
partial
the
charge for
captions
the
appear
period
along the bottom.
before the meter
As you're
exchange, and a
choosing the
second
language
charge.
of your choice,
Un cargo parcial por el
also
periodo
gets
anterior
updated.
al cambio de medidor y un segundo cargo después del cambio.
Connaissez-vous notre portail web? Vous pouvez gérer votre compte.
Does that answer your question there, Melanie?
Yeah, she said awesome. That was a good answer to the question. And Jared, could you speak to about possibly customers who have oh, and Melanie says nice work. About how is it beneficial for people who are maybe hearing impaired or sight impaired? How can video help them as compared to what a text could possibly do, or text message?
Yeah, absolutely. So all those different accessibility options, being able to see the video, see those closed captions at the bottom to be able to read it. So not only can we hear it, can we see it? We have for the different languages as well. Also providing that transcript. So if the video is too busy for some folks and they prefer just to read it, they can do that as well. So trying to offer a few different ways of not only getting them out, but ways of absorbing the information. Hopefully that answers the question.
And so how long does it take for, if someone is interested in purchasing the SmartVx service, how long does it take for it to go live?
A good question. So it actually only takes about 80 hours duration from start to finish to deploy kind of the initial SmartVx packages. This could be like the welcome package and the billing and payments package. When you get into maybe some like more custom videos or custom scenes and stuff like that, yeah, that can push it out a little bit. But no, this is really like I said, easy to install, easy to configure. So a pretty lightweight project all in all.
And how many customers do we currently have live on SmartVx?
So right now we have half a dozen utility customers that have signed up since the beginning of the year. A number are in planning, but we literally have thousands of these videos going out every week. Within the utilities group, we also have the Harris Healthcare group that are already off to the races with SmartVx as well. So we'll be putting together a good use case study that we'll be happy to share with everybody once that's ready.
And I know that we have some of the packages lined up. Jared, would you want to show the customers, the viewers, what is in the different packages so they would have an idea of what they would be getting for?
Yeah, let me jump to that. So as an example, like a welcome package, this would be the greeting. So it's greeting the individual by name. It's introducing them to your organization, maybe some history or any kind of interesting facts about the organization. It's pointing them to your self-serve portal, encouraging them to register for online payments, auto pay, paperless billing, and all that. And then again, there's summary calls to action. So when a new customer signs up to your service territory, they'd receive this. And then every month, as their bill comes out, again, they receive a bit more of a summary of their bill now that they've been with you for a month. A summary of their bill, explanation of any changes, like you saw in that video if the meter was exchanged, that kind of proration before and after. And then again, reminders of things that they're encouraged to register for or take advantage of. Again, if they've already signed up for the portal, they won't see that scene. Okay, so does that kind of give you an idea? We kind of break up these packages into scenes, and you can pick and choose which scenes you'd like to include or make relevant. The portal introduction package, so this is teaching your customers how to use the customer engagement portal, or your website for that matter, is a little bit different, right? Because everybody wants to focus on some different things.
Hey, and we have another question from Christy. She's asking, what versions of NorthStar is this compatible with?
It's really any version there, Christy. We can actually tap into any prior versions of NorthStar. Again, if we have the REST API available, we'll tap into the REST API. If not, the flat file is accessible across any version that is currently deployed at a utility. There's no particular version that you have to be on or after to get this to work.
And on that note, we were talking about some different packages and different videos being fed information from NorthStar CIS. If you have any other programs, campaigns, and any other things that are hot topics around your organization that you'd like to use video as a way to communicate to your customers about, and have calls to action that point them where they need to go, this is a great tool to do that for, and happy to have those conversations with you about it.
And Melanie's asking, have you had any bugs, or how often do you do updates?
Good question. So the Harris Innovation Group's been working on SmartVx for a few years behind the scenes, and so it really wasn't until it was ready for prime time that we've now introduced it to the Harris customer base. So those bugs, those kinks have been fortunately worked out. So no, haven't run into anything other than a very odd one version of smartphones, iPhone. It was a very, very old version of iPhone and operating system. Some folks had challenges viewing the videos over that, but so far so good. And sorry, Kathy, what was the other question there?
It was, have you had any bugs, and how often do you update?
Oh, okay. Yeah, so how often do we update? It is a SaaS application, so we're able to push, it's hosted, so we're able to push out those updates automatically and have it update. What's the release schedule on that, I'll have to get back to you on that. I'm not sure off the top of my head right now what the current release schedule is.
Okay, and Melanie's asking a follow-up question. How's your tech support? If something does go wrong, what can you do to get everything squared away?
Yeah, so support for SmartVx will actually go through the NorthStar support team. It's actually installed, configured by the NorthStar services team, supported by our current support team there as well.
Okay. I think that's the questions that we had so far. Oh, here's another one from Carly. Does this work with flat file billing and SSR bill print, or does it matter?
I could take that one on there. So it really does not matter there currently where you are putting the bills, because again, the actual bill is not being included in the clip. We're extracting the data that is contained within your NorthStar database. So it really does not matter.
Okay.
Thumbs up, Carly, if that answers your question, or any follow-up to that. You're definitely thinking.
It certainly
Perfect.
does, she said. Thank you. So any other questions that we have so far? So let's see, we are, I'm checking to see if we have any more questions. It looks like we don't. So where can you find us next is our next slide, and that is we're looking forward to seeing everyone in our upcoming in person in our upcoming conferences. We'll be at Connection Summit at Electricity's Connection Summit on March 7th and 9th. We'll also be at ACE in June 11th through 14th. That's the annual water conference. It'll be in Toronto. And then we're also going to be at the annual conference for American Public Power on June 16th through 21st. And we will have samples of SmartVx there if you'd like to take a look at how it works. You're also welcome to stop by and say hello to us and get some NorthStar swag, because we do have some really cool stuff coming out this year. And so the next slide is the last one. And we thank everyone for attending our webinar today. If you'd like some more information about SmartVx, you can contact one of us or your sales account representative. I'd like to thank our presenters, Jared and Ram. Thank you, everybody. And you've got about 15 minutes back from your day today. I hope you have a great day. Let us know if we can help you in any way.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.